devices. I just forget what code is for what one. Right. To link you up. So we have got Pilates, floor-based. Once we've done our standing, to kind of get you in the right position standing up, talk to you a little bit about your posture, your core strength, and then we will, wrong button, and then we will make our way down to the floor. Do a little bit of a mobilizer, which literally just loosens out a few of those muscle groups ready to work. You can rest and have a drink at any time. Oh, that's nice and cold. So today, it's this one's birthday. This is my baby. So he's 17 today. He's always had a bit of attitude, so this is primary school, look. Look at that face. Look at that face. And then, let's find a modern one. He's grown about 6 foot since then, this one. So it's his birthday, bless him. Which is great, because that means, you know what it means, don't you? Cake! Yay! So, work as hard as you feel you can. Rest whenever you need to. Get a drink at any time. I will teach it through the levels, okay? So level 1 will be your base level, your beginner option. And if you need to keep it at that level, that's absolutely fine. You can keep it at that level all the way through. But the options will be given to make that a little bit harder, make it a little bit higher impact. High Anna, not impact was the wrong word, intensity. So, we will make a start. Nice and upright, nice and tall, facing forwards. Shoulders down, relaxed. Make sure you're balanced and central, so gently rock side to side, forwards, backwards. We're making sure we've got an even distribution of body weight across both of your feet. You don't feel like you're lopsided, you don't feel like you're leaning too far into one side than the other. You're central. Then we're finding our neutral spine. So we're just tilting our pelvis forwards and backwards. We're finding the position where the back feels the most comfortable. Straight line from the head down to the heels. So you've got that natural alignment of the spine. You've got that natural lordotic curve, referred to as your neutral spine. And I need you to try and maintain that from this point on. Just set my watch up for clock. I always forget to do this at the beginning of the session. Well, I said that yesterday, I remembered. Yeah. So then we need to find and engage your core muscles. So begin with your pelvic floor, so the muscle from within, the one you'd use to stop mid-flow. Imagine that muscle's attached to a lift. I want you to draw it up from within, taking it as high as you can. Imagine it's a lift and there's 10 floors, you've gone to the top, it's quite difficult to maintain. So you're going to take it down to floor 5, then down to floor 3, and leave it there. So you've gone from 100% to 50% to around about a 30% engagement. So you know you're drawing up, but it's not too uncomfortable, and hopefully you can maintain it. Imagine you've got a belt around your middle with 10 notches to the belt. Pull it in as tight as you can, so it goes to notch 10, out to notch 5, out to notch 3, and leave it there. So your core muscles set and engaged to around about 30%. You've got that tightened feeling all around the centre of the body. So holding from the core and the neutral spine, we then breathe from the rib cage, hands on the ribs, fingertips touch, take a deep breath in, fingers will naturally part and release. Take a deep breath in and release. Good, relax the arms down. So just begin by pedaling through your feet one side to the other. So just so you know, my mat is slightly at an angle. So once I'm down on the floor and you think she's not straight, I am straight to my mat. Might not look it, but I am. Good. And then lift up onto the toes, reach the arms up and release. And again, reach up, lengthen the body and release. One more time, lift and lengthen and release. We're going to take a nice big lunge forward on the left leg, lengthen the back leg, flatten the front foot, bringing the body forwards and down as long as you're comfortable. Bring that same knee up, and then step out to the left, reach the right arm up and over. Into the middle, lift the knee up, same leg again, forwards. Now if your balance is a little bit off, you can always just bring it in, just to tap the toe rather than lift the knee if you need to. One more with this left leg. Balance if you can, or keep that toe down if you need to. Bring the leg in this time and go on your right leg. Lengthen the back leg, flatten the front foot, reach up and over. Forward on the right, lengthen the back leg, bring it in, step out to the right. We're lengthening one leg, bending the other. Last one here. Good, and then holding it in the center. Hips are going to go one way and the other. Lovely. Arms are going to come up, hips square, keep the hips in place, breathe in. Breathe out, rotate one way. Breathe in, come to the middle. Breathe out, rotate the other way. Breathe in, come to the middle. Breathe out, rotate. Breathe in, return. Breathe out, rotate. Breathe in, return. Hips are in place, so the movement is coming through the mid-back, through the spine. And then into the middle and release this time. I want you to lift the heel of the left foot. Just open the hip and release. Open the hip and release. And again, open the hip and release. One more here. Hold it here. Lift it up if you can. Ankle one way and the other. Place the foot down. Heel up on the right leg. Open and in. Open and in. So we're mobilizing through that hip joint at the top of the leg. Hold it in the middle this time. Raise it up. Ankle one way and the other. Lovely, and place that foot down. Just circle the leg round. Lift the knee up. Forward and round. Just a bigger movement for that hip. One more with this leg. Foot can go down because we've already done the ankle. And then that other leg. Just that big circle, the size that you can comfortably control. All the way round. Last one here. And place the foot down. So you're going to stand towards the back of your mat. Lengthen the spine. Tuck the chin into the chest. Breathe in. Breathe out. Begin to gently roll down. Soften your knees. Allow the arms to hang and relax. And then when you're ready, breathe in. As you breathe out, gently roll up. Rebuild the back. As you reach the top, relax the shoulders, reset the posture. Breathe in, chin to the chest, breathe out, gently roll down. At your lowest point, you're just allowing those arms to hang and relax. And then when you're ready, breathe in. As you breathe out, rolling back up, rebuild the spine all the way to the top, relax the shoulders down. So we're going to roll down and we're going to make our way to the floor, okay? So breathe in, chin to the chest. Breathe out, gently roll. At your lowest point, walk the hands forward. Gently lower the knees down. Hands are going to come out just slightly wider than your shoulders and your chest. Breathe in, lower the chest down between the hands. Breathe out and push up. Breathe in, lower the chest down between the hands. Breathe out and push up. So your elbows are coming out to the side, your chest is coming down between the hands. Level 2, legs further away. Breathe in as you lower, out as you lift. You want level 3, up on those toes. Try and get all the way down. If I went any further down, I'd end up face planting on the floor. So go as far as comfortable for you. It's a whole breath in to get you down. and a whole breath out to push you up. Your breathing should be full and deep. Therefore, your movement should be slow and controlled. So in your push-up at your level, please complete 2 more repetitions. Once you've completed those 2, you're coming back into hands and knees position. Your knees should be hips distance apart, okay? That will help to stabilise the body. Back is neutral, nice flat spine. Wrist, elbow, shoulder, all in line with each other. Breathe in as you breathe out. I just want you to push your right leg out along the floor and bring it back in. Let's go with the right leg again. We're going to do it all on one leg to start with, okay? Breathe out, push it away. Breathe in, draw it back in. So this time I want you to breathe out, fully extend and then raise. And then breathe in, touch the toe down and draw it back in. You're going to do 1 more of those. Any problems with the lift, then just stick to the toe down instead. Now this time, breathe out, extend and raise. Breathe in. As you breathe out, leg comes out. Breathe in, leg comes in. Breathe out, leg comes out. Breathe in, leg comes in. Now you could take the opposite hand out in front of you. Breathe out to open. Breathe in to return. You could have the opposite hand raised. You could allow the arm and leg to move together. I'm hitting the unit with my foot. I'm hitting the unit with my hand. For goodness sake. So you're only allowing them to move out as far as comfortable. But also you're not leaning over into that supporting leg. Keep going, core muscles in place, back nice and flat. Any problems, you could stay with just a lift and a lower instead, okay? I want you to do 1 more with this leg. Then replace the hand down, slide it back under. We're going to touch the toe down and draw the leg back in. Other leg, breathe out, push away. Breathe in, draw it in. Breathe out, push it away. Breathe in, draw it in. You're going to breathe out, extend and raise. Breathe in to lower and draw that leg back under. You have to push away and then lift up. So this time, keep it lifted. Breathe in as you breathe out, take it out. As you breathe in, bring it in. Without allowing the weight to drop over into that supporting leg. Breathe out to take it out. Breathe in to bring it in. Opposite hand could slide out. Opposite arm could lift up. Then you could allow it to move. Breathe out to open. Breathe in to return. You don't have to use that arm. Any problems with that hip coming out to the side? If you're tilting over, if you're wobbling, then if the hand's away, you need to replace it. But also your other option, remember, is just to lift and lower. So the leg isn't going out to the side. That is your choice. Okay? So whichever level you've chosen, I'm going to ask you please for 2 more. Once you've done your 2, lower the leg and then slide it back under. Okay? So from here, all we're going to do is take the legs further away. So we're in a 3/4 plank position or 3/4 leg pull position. The knees have stayed down. Okay? Lengthen the back, chin up off the chest. So I want you to breathe in. As you breathe out, I want you to lower down onto the forearms. As you breathe out, I want you to come back up. Breathe in, lower down. come back up. Breathe in, lower down. Breathe out, come back up. Now there are a couple of options here. Your first option is not to come up onto the hands. You can stay down in this held position instead, okay? Your other option is to have the knees off the floor and to work from here. Okay? Make sure the bottom's not coming in the air. I've just put hand cream on, so be careful that your hands aren't going to slide. Okay? So you've got your three-quarter position with your knees down, or knees up to your highest level, or coming all the way down onto your forearms and elbows and just holding. Okay? Make sure, if you're in this three-quarter position like I am, that you're not letting your back drop down, you're not allowing your bottom to push back. So I'm going to ask you, please, for 2 more breaths. When you've done those, you can gently lower, flat down onto your front. You're going to bring your legs together, okay? Hands coming into the small of the back. Forehead should be down. You're going to breathe in. As you breathe out, you're going to lift both legs. Now your pelvis will have pushed down a little bit, but I want you to pull up your belly button, okay? Breathe in. As you breathe out, 1, 2, 3 times, heels to the bottom. Breathe out, 1, 2, 3. You're breathing into lengthen, but they're not lowering down. They've come back to the start height, yeah? Breathe out, 1, 2, 3. Breathe in, lengthen. Breathe out, 1, 2, 3. Good. Keep that belly button drawn up. Working down the back of the thigh and the bottoms, the glutes and hamstrings. I'm going to ask you, please, for 2 more breaths. You can always do 1 leg at a time if you needed to, okay? When you've done those 2, you're going to allow those legs to carefully lower all the way down, releasing the arms into capital E. Big toes touch, heels drop out. Don't lift your legs this time. It's all about lifting through your back. You're going to be peeling the chest and the head off the floor. Breathe in. As you breathe out, peel the chest up. As you breathe in, gently lower down. Breathe out, peel the chest up. As you breathe in, gently lower down. Keep looking down at the floor, okay? Breathe out as you come up, in as you gently release. If you want to go further, you can hover the arms just above the floor. If you want to go further still, arms fully extended. Anytime, if there's any pulling or uncomfortableness in the lower back, then go back down a level. Even at this first level, just don't go so high, okay? It is going to help to strengthen the lower back, but we don't want to aggravate it and make it any worse if you're struggling in the first place. So you're breathing out to come up, in to come down. Keep looking at the floor. 2 more breaths. Once you've done your 2, bring those arms back in. You're going to come up into leg pull. We're just going to hold it still. So knees down, level 1. Look down at the floor, don't hang the head. Knees up, level 2. Breathe and hold. Or right up on those hands at level 3. Make sure the body stays in a straight line. Don't let your back dip or arch, and don't let that bottom stick up in the air. Hold and breathe. Strengthening through the core and the lumbar spine. Hold at your level. Really focus on drawing up and drawing in around the centre of the body. I'm going to ask you please for 2 more breaths. And then you can gently release and turn onto one side. So as you come onto your side, lengthen yourself out. Head resting down on the arm. Look straight ahead, okay? I have to angle my head slightly to be able to look at the camera, but that's not in a perfect alignment then, so I'm not going to be working as effectively. Head is down on the arm, point the fingers. Legs, you've got your hips, knees, ankles, all one on top of the other. Toes pulled away. Breathe in. As you breathe out, raise both your legs without rolling forwards or backwards. So, top leg is going to be coming up. Bottom leg is going to be coming forwards. Separately though, they're not going to move at the same time. Breathe in. As you breathe out, top leg comes up. Breathe in to gently release. Breathe out, bottom leg comes forward. Breathe in to release. Now that hand is there for your balance, okay? But if you don't need it, you can take that hand away. If by taking the hand away you start to roll, then put that hand back. You may find you need to make your movements a little bit smaller without the supporting hand there. Point the fingers, point the toes, keep that body lengthened, tightening through the centre of the body, through the abs, working through the waist. We've got the inner and outer thigh in play as well. Breathe out as you lift, in as you release. Deep, full breaths with every movement. I'm going to ask you please for one more of each move. Once you've done those 2, keep those legs lifted, held and still. Hand is there for balance should you need it. Legs stuck together like glue. Breathe in, they're going to lower an inch from the floor. And then as you breathe out, bring them back up. Breathe in, they're going to lower an inch from the floor. Breathe out, they're coming back up. So side raise, working directly into the obliques. Hand is there for balance. If you don't need it, take it away. You might be able to take it all the way over. Breathe out as you lift, in as you release. Lengthening through the side of the body, through the waist. In your side raise, please complete 2 more repetitions. Once you've done those 2, you can allow those legs to carefully lower all the way down. If your hip needs a rub, then please feel free to give it one. And then when you're ready, you're going to push yourself to sit. Let's start with the legs out straight. Shoulders down relaxed. Point the toes away. You're going to breathe in and just tilt your pelvis under. So you've got C-shaped spine. And then just breathe out, lift one leg. You're literally lifting it, what, 10 inches from the floor? Point the toe away. You could have your hands there for a little bit of support if you need it. Then if you can, the other leg can also come up. Hold and breathe. So you're just keeping those legs in place. If you've only got one leg raised, you're going to do one more breath and then lower down and change. If you've got both legs lifted, you could breathe in, breathe out to lift circle, breathe in to return. Going one way and then the other way. But without moving the back, without lifting either side at the bottom. Good. Starting to shake, so I will rest, okay? If your body does start to shake, it's just muscle fatigue. It's your body saying, oh, okay, you've done enough of that one. Then just take a couple of seconds to rest and join back in when you can. Hopefully if you've got one leg lifted, you swapped it over. You're just going to do 2 more breaths, 2 more circles if you've got both legs up and moving. That's called the corkscrew. And then you can allow those legs to come down. Coming into reverse leg pull. Now, if you have got shoulder or wrist problems, all you're going to do is push back and hold, okay? The predominant muscle we want to hit here is our tricep. If you can though, breathe in. As you breathe out, come all the way up. Don't let the head drop. You're in this reverse leg pull, pulling up the belly button, pulling up towards the ceiling, yeah? If you want to go further, legs come out diagonal, but don't drop the pelvis. Hold and breathe. Strengthening through the core and the lumbar spine. Deep, full breaths. I'm going to ask you please for 3 more, up to 3 more. Remember, you could just stay here. When you've done your 3, gently bring the legs in if they're straight, and then carefully lower down, and then give those shoulders a little roll if you need to. Okay, so from here, we're going to come down onto our backs. Just have a sip of water. Okay, so coming all the way down onto the back. Legs bend, feet down, okay? Make sure you've got neutral spine. I was going to say neutral. That's not even a word. Comfortable and neutral. I think they were the words I was aiming for. So you just tilt the pelvis a couple of times. Find the position where your back feels comfortable and your hips are parallel, okay? Make sure the core muscles are drawn in once again. Shoulders down, relaxed. Breathe in. Let's use our right leg. Breathe out, bring your right leg up into right angle. You should be able to just reach your knee. If you can't reach it, your leg's too far away, okay? If you've got a big bend on the elbow, it's too close. Knee is above the hip, don't drop the heel. Right angle. So this is level 1 of your 100, okay? That's the exercise, you're not doing 100 of these, don't worry. Deep, full breaths in this position, level 1. If you want to go further, we're going to lengthen it and hold it. Toes pulled away, leg drawn away from the body, hips are still parallel, core is still in place. If you want to go further, bring up the upper body, chin off the chest, breathe in, breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in, breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're pushing the hands down towards the floor. We're pulling the toe away from the body. If you want to go further, other leg can come up but in right angle. Another option here, you can keep your leg bent and still have the pulse. Okay? So there's options galore here. Level 1, just the leg. Level 2, we'll lengthen. Level 3, we'll add the pulse. Or keep it bent, and then level 4, other leg comes up. So I'm going to ask you for 2 more breaths with your right leg in place. After those 2, if you've got your left leg raised, take the left foot down. Upper body lowers, don't rush to get back because we're keeping the right leg up. And then bring that right leg back to right angle. Keeping the leg bent at a right angle, breathe in. As you breathe out, touch the foot down. As you breathe in, lift that leg back up. Breathe out, touch the foot down, same leg, okay? As you breathe in, lift it back up. The movement is coming from the top of the leg through the hip flexor. We are not moving that knee. Breathe out, foot touches down. Breathe in, it comes up. If you want to go further, you can lift the other leg, but I'm going to ask you to keep it still. If you want to go further, you can bring up the upper body. Breathe out to lower. Breathe in to lift. Always keeping that right angle behind the knee. And I'm going to ask you, please, for 2 more breaths, scissor this is called. When you've done your 2, upper body down if it was lifted. If you've got both legs lifted, left foot down, and then return the right foot to the floor. Breathe in, breathe out, lift the other leg, don't drop the heel, right angle in the knee. The 100, so we're holding it still. Level 1 as you are. If you want level 2, breathe in as you breathe out, lengthen, toes pulled away. If you want to go further, upper body up, push the hands down. Further still, bring that right leg back up into right angle. So you've got the options. Remember, you can always keep the leg bent and have the pulse in place as well. Deep, full breaths from the rib cage, strengthening through the core and the lumbar spine. Remember, you can just hold it still. The core muscles are keeping this leg in place. So if you're at our level 4 with both legs lifted, 2 more breaths and then return the right foot down. If you've got the upper body raised, lower that down. Bring the leg back to right angle. Breathe in, breathe out, touch the foot down. Breathe in, lift it back up. Breathe out, touch the foot down. Breathe in, lift it back up. Right angle behind the knee. Whilst this left leg is moving, that right knee stays absolutely still. Don't let it wobble and drop to the side. Breathing out to take the foot down. Breathing in to bring it back in. Strengthening through the core. Deep, full breaths from the rib cage. In your scissor, higher level is to have both legs lifted. I'm going to ask you, please, for 2 more breaths. Then 1 foot at a time, you come back down. And by all means, give yourself a nice long body stretch here if you'd like to. Well done. From here, you're going to turn onto your other side, lengthening the body out along your mat or along the floor. Head resting down on that arm. Fingers to the toes, straight line. Breathe in as you breathe out, raise the legs. The legs staying at this height, okay? Hand there for balance. Breathe in. Breathe out, lift the top leg, breathe in, lower. Bottom leg, breathe out, kick, breathe in, return. So draw in those core muscles, have that tightened feeling around the centre of the body. Hand is there for balance. If you don't need it, take it away. The movement's controlled by your breathing. So using full deep breaths. If you're moving quickly, you're breathing too fast. Okay? Any problems, make the movements smaller. If one of these movements aggravates anything, then just do the one that's okay. And I'm going to ask you, please, for 1 more of each move. Then just keep both legs lifted, held and still. Okay? Hand is there for balance if you need it. Breathe in, you're going to lower it an inch from the floor. Breathe out, they're coming back up. Breathe in, they lower an inch from the floor. Breathe out, they're coming back up. So you're allowing those legs, keeping them together to lift and to lower without rolling your hips. Breathing out to come up, breathing in to come down. Working through your waist. Right through the side of that body. The height you lift to is up to you, but control it. And I'm going to ask you please for one more. Then you can allow those legs to lower all the way down and give those bottoms, those hips a little roll. Mine's sore from yesterday. Oh, how are yours today, Anna? Honestly, I could just lay here and just keep doing this. That would be lovely. Oh. So from here, bring yourself back round into a box position. Back flat. So all I want you to do is breathe in round the spine, take the chin to the chest, and then breathe out and release. So we're just doing a little cat stretch for our back. Breathe in round the spine, chin to the chest, breathe out and release. One more time on your cat stretch. Well done. You're going to push back into crouched position. We are going to make our way to stand. If you need to hold on to something, that is absolutely fine. When you're ready, tuck the chin in, place the feet down, and gradually begin rolling up through your back. You're rolling up through your back from each vertebrae, rebuilding into a nice lengthened tall tower. As you reach the top, relax the shoulders down. You do work harder than you think, you really do. You couldn't do the corkscrews at a cocktail. Yeah, it would be nice. The corkscrew is really hard. There's so much core strength and in your lower back. The thing I found, lift up onto your toes and balance, the thing I find with Pilates is people don't realise, like you say, you don't realise how hard you're working. It's like the 1 or 2 days later when you've suddenly got that feeling when you laugh and you think, oh, where did that come from? That would be Pilates. Good. Lift up, balance, hold, close your eyes if you can. And release. Well done. So try and keep neutral spine and core muscles in place for much of the day as you can remember. That can be your homework, Nikki, to work on your corkscrew. To be fair, it does take a long while. I've still got people in class that have been coming for maybe 1 or 2 years that still can't get both legs off the floor, let alone do the movement, because it is a lot of core strength. Anyway, well done. And actually, Nikki, with your lower back, you would probably struggle anyway, to be fair. It does take a while. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. This afternoon or lunchtime, 12 o'clock, you've got your low impact class. We'll have some arm work in that, so make sure you've got your hand weights at the ready. And then 4 o'clock, we'll all go crazy with a bit of HIIT. Okay? So have a good day, guys. Take care. I'm counting down till I get my birthday cake. Can't wait. See you soon.